is up, my beautiful Eggy peeps? I am here for you, Budman and Urfy. Eggy Reviews for you. This isn't so much as a review as it's going to just be a readout of the Met Pawtucket last Thursday, March 20th. The boys swung into town, and they have already got the song list and stuff up on the carton, so I thought I'd give it a readout. The opening band was certainly so, and they certainly were an opening band. The venue itself, you know, I mean, I just want to straight up pan the place, the building, the staff, beautiful. The people at the front desk, great. The bartenders, fantastic. The venue itself and their policies, yeah, I would give that a definite -5 on a scale of 1 to 10. Any place that doesn't have bottled water, I don't know, what's the deal, man? Like, I understand you get alcohol distributors and you gotta get your canned water and all that probably, but like, come on, man. Oh, that reminds me, before I even get there, next time you go to the State Theater, bring your own bottle cap. But I digress. I'm here for one reason, and that's to read to you the set list from the Met in Pawtucket, Rhode Island last Thursday. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I'm not sure who it is, but there is somebody writing some great little, spots on some of these standout songs. And so without further ado, let's get right to it. A readout of The Met Pawtucket EGGY, March 20th, 2025. We had a set one opener of One Stop Shop. Not into, but then they did Second Step, and then Way of the Stone. Now, Way of the Stone has a write-up, so let's get right into it. Wailing at 6 minutes per usual. Chase Bliss onward digital effects from Jake, in addition to his guitar play, emerges at 7 minutes and attracts attention in a non-distracting way. Layers of peaky guitar with some sustain intertwined with said digital effects around the 8 or 9 minute mark. I'm getting some digital effects from the car shop next door, so if you hear banging or grinding, that's not my teeth, that's the guys next door. After that beautiful Way of the Stone, which was I think around, 11 minutes long, they did a 12-minute Northern Lights. Now, the piece de resistance of this first set is a Barabba Jangle, Tiny Miracles, Barabba Jangle, Tiny Miracles, kind of a quadruple layer sandwich that was, time-wise, it was 3 minutes of Barabba Jangle, then 8 minutes of Tiny Miracles, then 4 minutes of Barabba Jangle, and then 2 minutes of Tiny Miracles again. Good times, good times, good times. That brought us to set break. The crowd thinned out in the second half. I think, honestly, it was because of the sound of the venue. The sound was, people at set break were talking about having a really hard time understanding any of the words to any of the songs. The in the room sound was just like tinny or really muddled and just not great. And so I can imagine as the band that might, if they were aware of that, that might have been a little frustrating. You wouldn't know it based on their playing, and listening back to the show, it is nothing less than, you know, an always good EGGY show. These guys never ever disappoint. They always give it 100%. So without being too effusive about my love for EGGY, let's get into the second set. More write-ups now. Whoa There opened the second set, and this is a fun one to read. An effects-driven jam. Jake's Chase Bliss onward digital tones. Around the 5 to 7 minute mark, add texture. Shift to a clav. Clavinet? Is that what they're talking about? Clavalav, I don't even know. But near the 8 minute mark, Alex drives a loose pulsing groove, and indeed he did. You can pick it right up at that moment. Additional Chase Bliss effects from Jake around the 10 minute mark, simultaneously active and spare. Simultaneously active and spare. Mike imbues form into the jam with a repeating figure from the 11 to 13 minute mark. And you know what I like? I really like a bassist who imbues, okay? Imbue me anytime you want. And from that imbuement, Mike gets a nod from Jake and a good old Mike and the Goodmans shout out after that tune. And that was after Whoa There, which was the first song in the second set, which was a 15-minute affair. Letter to Myself is a song that really stands on its own as far as lyrics and stuff go. It's a very contemplative song, great song to listen to. Check that one out, Letter to Myself. And then we got A Time Escaping with another beautiful write-up. And this one was 18 minutes long. So here we go. The jam gets going early and subtle. Chase Bliss mood effects emerge around the 6 minute mark. Rolling guitar licks over Alex's punchy play at 9 minutes turn bright and jubilant after 10 minutes. Downshifts and quiet after 11 minutes. Boom, just to pick up the pace in a moment's notice. See what they did there. Springy piano, which is really an excellent description. I always feel like Donnie's over there like just bouncing up and down, you know. Springy piano, guitar, and drum interplay at the 13 minute mark. Percussive, shuffling groove, seeing finger tapping guitar heroics. And I remember this. Jake was just literally doing that, exactly what it says right there, guitar heroics. Then there was a chalk dust torture tease around the 14 minutes, and an even peakier stretch from 15 to 16 minutes as Alex displayed that relentless drive that he always does. That is a cover song, Big Thief. And then 12 Pounds of Pain was next, which was that was a 7 minute affair. And Trixieville, round out set 1, set 2. You've probably already heard me say it before, but Trixieville is definitely, to me, a mashup of like Rancid and Bob Seger. That's what I got. So I really have a hard time sometimes with myself because I hear all of their influences in every song that they play, or that's kind of a sweeping statement. You know what I mean, I think. And so I always am in my mind trying to search for what it sounds like. And I've arrived at the conviction that it sounds like EGGY. I mean, it always has. But it's just so perfect how they can get your mind going on like the puzzle that's happening in real time. So I digress. The big encore was Onitsuka Tiger. Somebody, I think this was the place, yeah. In fact, if I think I have it, I'll put a picture of it up. Some dude was wearing the Tigers and he took them off during encore and threw them up there one of them up there on the keyboard. And sure enough, they pulled out a beautiful Onitsuka Tiger. The notes say it was there was Punch Brothers teases for a My Oh My, which I skipped right over that. And they did do a story, including quotes from the movie Men Who Stare at Goats about psychic soldiers in Iraq. And then there's a reference to Miles Davis's daughter's dog. Weird, right? The weirder it is, the better it is. So that's the readout. Sorry if this was a little long, but that's the readout. So it was a good show. In the moment, the energy definitely had us all bouncing, but we had to really mentally overcome the less than ideal kind of shitty sound that there was, depending on where you were. And it was actually better on side stage over by the bathrooms and the sidebar than it was right out in the front where you would think the sweet spots would be. So with that, the guys are starting next door on the car shop again, so I'm going to cut this before the noise gets too crazy. Love you all. Peace out. See you down in the Carolinas. Peace.